Hello! Hello there, and welcome to the Outside Film Podcast, where we talk film, TV, games, and all that jazz like there's no tomorrow. My name is Tom, and as always, I am joined with my co-host, John.
Hey, what's up? That was a bit of a start of the podcast, Tom.
I'm really nailing this intro, and every week it gets stronger.
You're memorizing it, the Flash, season 1. He says,
you can say the whole thing.
Everything in every episode. My name's very fast.
My name's very fast.
Yes. I'm from Starlight.
Yeah, exactly. Barrel Allen.
Barrel Allen. Yes, we made this superhero called Barrel Allen.
If any of you have played the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean games, you know where you can run on the barrels? That's Barrel Allen, the fastest barrel alive.
The fastest barrel alive.
I mean, it's brilliant.
I was in ships, and ships is like an anagram for something. So
yeah,
you can work it out. You can work it out in the comments. But
I don't even know if I can work it out. But here we are, back in lockdown for the UK for the third time running. Colleges are off, and schools and all that, so we're fully locked down here. Hope everyone's staying safe and all that stuff.
You're playing video games, or you're playing, or you're watching films.
Yeah. Oh lordy! I have so many films that I've watched already. You know how many films I've watched in 2020 already?
Just tell us some.
I've watched 14 films in 8 days, which I think is very impressive.
8 days.
Mm-hmm. So technically, I didn't watch one on the 1st day of January, so I've watched 2 films a day for a week.
Oh, that's not too bad, really. You're watching 2 films per day. Sorry. That's not too bad, really, because
not really. I mean, it could be worse. Could be 3 films a day.
But this is going to be my New Year's resolution. Watch as many films.
Oh my god! I tell you what, you scared me then. I thought you were going to say this is going to be my last episode of the podcast, and I'm like, what? What? He's leaving?
What?
I don't know why that was in my head.
No idea why you said.
I don't know why that was in my head, but sure.
Right.
Sure. Well, we have it's quite an interesting week of news, I think. So, let's get into it. So, first of all,
a week of news.
Week of news.
Only the nerdy stuff. I mean,
there's been other news.
It's been a slow week.
It's been a fairly slow week. There've been a couple of interesting nuggets, I think, but there have been some other news that we're not going to cover. But hope everyone's doing okay.
The only nerdy stuff.
Yeah.
We only crave.
We're not going to deal with real issues. Neil. Okay, so our first piece of news is that it seems like Jodie Whittaker is going to be leaving Doctor Who as the 13th Doctor. Wait, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, 13th Doctor. Sometimes I lose track because there's the War Doctor, and then Tennant technically had 2 regenerations. It all it's all a big thing.
They should have stopped with. To be honest, I think they should have stopped with Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
I agree.
Finishing ending.
Well, I just think that his Doctor. I just thought that it was a good place to end, and I don't think that yet Jodie Whittaker's run has provided anything really, kind of special. Well, I'm thinking, and I'm really sorry, John, but I'm thinking maybe we should watch series 11 and 12 for the pod at some point. I'm really sorry. I know you don't want to, but they're on BBC iPlayer, and when series 13 comes out, maybe we'll cover all of Doctor Who. Not all of it, all of the new stuff. Series 13,
brings back Matt Smith or David. Matt Smith, David Tennant, Peter Capaldi.
It won't. I mean, I really doubt that. I think we're gonna. So 2020 was the 55th anniversary, I think. Something like that. So I reckon whenever they do the 60th anniversary, maybe then they'll think about bringing back some of the old Doctors.
Oh, what about the 75th? Oh, 75th will be...
That's a long time away, though.
Yeah, that's a long time away.
But yeah, I mean, it's a real shame, because I thought Jodie Whittaker could have been, such a good Doctor, but...
Yeah, she was good. Yeah,
aside from some, good moments, I don't think she's been written that well.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I tried to watch the first season of the 13th Doctor. But it's just showrunner.
It's not the same. Yeah, Chris Chibnall. He's done things to Doctor Who that I do not connect with anymore.
I don't know what he's done.
The thing is, and this is really annoying, is that I still watch it every time, and every time it's the same. I say, okay, I'll watch it. It might be good, and it's never good, and it makes me sad. Why do I keep on watching it? I don't know, and I'm never going to stop because I like Doctor Who. I don't have the power to stop, you know?
I mean, it's like the case when I... What film franchise I thought it was really good? I don't know. Yes. Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks. I mean, come on. That's bloody brilliant. There's actually on YouTube, there's a video essays on... by Browntable.
Browntable.
If anyone hasn't watched Browntable, he does incredible video essays. Especially, I'm gonna plug, and I'll put this in the description. The Dive of Wimpy Kid video essays. They are insane. Like, I think me and you, John. I think we're part of the generation who grew up with the Dive Wimpy Kid films and loved them, and then you have this video, like this piece of, this video that really champions them.
Yeah, like this is the film that we watched in our childhood. Like, it was like something to watch for uncertain future, but it was like for laughs. Like, it was just too weird.
I used to love those books, and I loved the films, man. Like the first three,
the absolute masterpiece.
The Holy Trilogy, one would call it. I mean, like Roderick Rules is an absolute masterclass in filmmaking.
Listen, it's got our favourite scene of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely brilliant.
Oh my god,
we'll have to do a commentary track for those films.
We couldn't stop laughing for like 10 minutes straight of how amazing this scene was.
It was incredible. It was incredible. I don't think my life has ever got any better than that.
I think Beethoven was quiet after Roger was dropped. Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if we're ever out of lockdown and we ever get to do the commentary tracks that we want to do, after Fast and Furious, maybe we should do Dive Wimpy Kid as well.
We should.
That would be great.
Yeah. You should have heard us watching Fast and Furious. We could start laughing, but it would be great for content. But
we've still got to watch Fast and Furious 8 and Hobbs and Shaw.
Fast and Furious 8.
If we will ever get the chance to do that, if the ninth film ever even comes out, who knows? Who knows? What a time to be alive. Okay, so this is some. I guess you could call this uncasting news again. This is uncasting news. So somebody's actually leaving a role, which is really upsetting. Cyborg is being written out of The Flash and not being recasted. That he's been written out in general because of Ray Fisher left the role because he said in a statement on Twitter that he doesn't feel like the investigation into Justice League and what happened on the set of that film, and the investigation into Joss Whedon and all the stuff, accountability over entertainment, the stuff that he has been fighting for quite a big portion of last year. He doesn't think it went further enough, so he's decided to leave the role for at least the time being, and I think that's so sad. Yeah. I think that was I would have loved to see him in The Flash. I thought that he was good in Justice League. I can't wait to see him in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And
I think he's going to knock it out of the park.
I agree. Like, Zack has said that Cyborg is very much the heart and soul of his film, and even in the trailer you can see that with some of the stuff like him crying and some of these things that look so much more like emotional and human than what we got.
I think that Cyborg is like a computer, but he has with feelings. Wizard of Oz, really, like the brain and everything. So
are you comparing Cyborg to the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz?
God
The Scarecrow's the one with the brain.
No, ignore me, viewers, ignore me. I'm an idiot.
No,
Listen,
someone needs to edit that. Somebody out there, edit that together, please. We need that. We need that edited. I think
No,
that's a great idea.
please.
That's a good idea.
Please, no.
The Wizard of Oz, starring Cyborg as all the roles.
Anyway,
The dog.
Oh my god, I don't know why I compared that. Anyway, like every, well, you got Superman, you got Aquaman, you got Flash, you got Batman, and Wonder Woman. They're all like human, right? They have feelings. But in Cyborg, he's like the odd one out. He's like a robot, but then he has feelings as well. Like this is going to be like the heart and soul of this film.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just ignore me comparing to someone.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of the comics, I've read the new 52 Justice League run by is it by Jeff Johns? I think it is by Jeff Johns. I'm trying to have a look.
By Jim Lee.
It is, yeah. It's Jim Lee and Jeff Johns. I think. I can't. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it is Jeff Johns. The whole thing is Jeff Johns, and it's his run. And I think Cyborg is really like at the center of that story, and you really get like a feel of the kind of torment that he goes through as a character. And I think he's a really interesting character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have some news for Kevin Feige's Star Wars film.
Wait, Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel,
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be PG-13 and you're going to like it. That's what he said. So he said Did
he say, "Oh, you're gonna like this"?
He did. He said it's gonna be. Well, when they did the Comic Con panel in 2019, they were talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and the then director Scott Derrickson said like, "Oh, this is gonna be the first MCU horror film," and someone in the crowd shouted, "Rated R!" And then Kevin Feige said, "No, it's gonna be PG-13. You're gonna like it," and it's like, whoa, okay, Kevin, that was very awkward in my opinion.
That was a very awkward moment. Like you're trying to go to the Apple show, and then you got they're showing the new iPhone, right? Yeah. So
yes.
They're showing the new iPhone, and then the presenter goes, "Oh yes, this phone will be like the best phone of all time." And then some of the crowds go, "Is it something better than the other phones?" And then no, it's just the same hardware and everything. So yeah, that's how exactly the situation was like that.
That's pretty much spot on. Yeah, so he is directing a Star Wars film. So this will probably be his first ever directing project, and my God, I hope it's good because, like, God damn it, I don't have any interest in Kevin Feige being in Star Wars at all. And for his directorial debut to be something as big and beloved as Star Wars, I can't handle if there are just more people, getting all in a fuss about Star Wars. And it's just like, can we just have some, like, films that are, just good?
I hate to mess up, like, all these Star Wars universe stuff, like, if Kevin Feige messes up one single thing, it could mess up the whole thing.
Oh, definitely. Like, I don't even have to get started on the inconsistencies that they, get into on the Rise of Skywalker. But I mean, that's a bloody story for another day. But yeah, so his Star Wars film has found a writer, Michael Waldron, who is working on the Loki series. So I guess it's not a surprise that that the writer is somebody affiliated with the MCU, because like Kevin Feige is all over the MCU. He probably has like contacts in the MCU and all that stuff. So it doesn't surprise me. But it is kind of like, okay, I don't really know because I haven't seen anything else that this guy's done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not excited for this Kevin Feige, but I can tell it's going to be very, very complicated. Like, there's going to be characters, and there's going to be like a lot of things that's going to happen at once. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what because like they could take the MCU approach and be like, we're gonna make loads of films and we're gonna have them cross over, and I don't know, that feels just strange to me. Like, I think Star Wars is an event. Like, the films are okay. Just a little. Michael Waldron also worked on Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
That's the one. So,
Yeah. Rick and Morty.
Oh, and he's working on Doctor Strange. Oh, I got an email. He's working on Doctor Strange 2 as well. So, who knows? Maybe he's got good stuff around him. But yeah, I don't know. I think Star Wars is like, it's an event. You know, a film comes out every couple of years, and everyone gets so excited for it. And you know, in a perfect world, everyone likes it, and you know, like the community comes together around this thing. Like, you know, like you see more people like. I mean, I see more people liking like watching Star Wars than I do like an Avengers film. You know, you'll get like more like adults and stuff like watching Star Wars because it's like a big thing since people were kids. And I know that's kind of like people don't like it as much as like unanimously as they used to. But you know, like we're getting so much Star Wars content, and I'm not interested about this one until we find out more. There's not really much that I really want to see.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about Kevin Feige's Star Wars, Joe?
No. I don't think whatever you said, I just agree with you. Like
what he said.
Everything that I've seen from Kevin Feige. Yeah.
I mean, he's proven himself to be a good producer with the MCU films, but I guess you don't know about directing just yet.
Yeah, directing's a huge role. Like
definitely.
You just can't go and like, oh yes, I want to direct this big movie, a big Star Wars.
It's not that simple. You gotta, you know.
You just gotta develop it. You gotta think about carefully what you're gonna do. You gotta do baby steps. Like you gotta do something. You gotta think creative first. You know what Quentin Tarantino does? He writes up the script, and he writes it, and then just then when he's finished it, he's like, should I publish this? No. Well, he's gonna publish it. He says, but yeah, and then he's going to think about it. So yeah, that's what he does.
That made total sense to me.
No, wait. let me get the right thing. What you said, because I was reading it the other day. Right. So it says that when I'm writing, it's about the page, not the movie. It's about the cinema or anything. It's just literature of me putting my pen to paper and a good page. If I do my job right, by the end of the script, I should be having the thought, if I just publish this and not make, I am done. I am done. Right. I could actually be okay.
I think that is a good way to look at it, you know. You want to get the right kind of, you know, like Kevin Feige as a producer, you're very much an ideas man. You're thinking, okay, let's do this, this, and this. We'll take these characters in this direction, and then we'll make this set up this, and that's how the MCU kind of works. And you get the writers to do the actual like plot of these films, you know, with him kind of working as a consultant. And you're right, you know, that if it's done right, you could take those stories into the form of comics, TV, film, and then directing is a whole different shebang.
Shebang, yeah.
Shebang.
Bang.
Okay, so that's it for news.
That is it for
that's
news.
it for news. Not much news this week. There has been. I got a notification. I got another notification. Sorry, it's my phone. My new crappy phone. Anyway, so yeah, that's not much news this week or last week. I mean, maybe it'll pick up at some point. Who knows? Let's get into our main segment. We are going to be talking about Pixar's latest film on Disney Plus, Soul. We've both watched this film. I'm correct in saying that, yeah?
What a beautiful film.
Yeah, I mean yeah.
It is just a great film.
Wow, yes. Okay, good night, everybody. Good night.
Okay,
that's it. That's all we have to say.
Soul the best. Well, let's explain it. So, welcome to the Soul segment. Like, we're going to talk spoilers, so get out of here. If you haven't seen Soul.
They're all spoilers. If you haven't seen Spole, well, you're in the wrong place, because we're talking about Soul. If you haven't seen Soul, it's on Disney Plus. Watch it. It's really good. It's it's got everything.
Yeah, it's got stuff. It's got content.
It's got good content.
Great content.
Great content. I mean, I think I would, this is up there for Pixar. I mean, Pixar has made so
it
many
is
good
up there
films.
for my best Pixar films.
Yeah.
Like, you got Wall-E, you've got
Ratatouille.
Cars, you've got
Ratatouille.
Monsters Inc.
The Incredibles. Ratatouille. Ratatouille.
What?
Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille, yeah.
Incredibles.
Of course.
All the Toy Story films.
Yes.
Finding Nemo.
Yes.
Coco.
I'm
naming them all, John. I'm never going to stop. A Bug's Life, Monsters University, Brave. Shit, I forgot. Onwards. Oh God.
Brave. I forgot about Brave.
Wait. Are there more? The Good Dinosaur.
Frozen
is not Pixar. How dare you?
Oh wait, it's animated. Oh, no,
it is animated, but it's Disney. Yeah, it's part of the post-Renaissance Disney.
Oh era. Right, I got confused there.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think. Is that all the Pixar films? Finding Dory, Cars 2, Cars 3.
Don't forget about the shorts.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, if we're talking feature films, I mean, I couldn't even name all the shorts. There are so many shorts. It's incredible.
Yeah, The Hobbit. Okay, I'm sorry.
The Hobbit?
Yeah, because you got... I'm joking, you got shorts, because the Hobbits are short.
John...
I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. I'm sorry.
I don't know who you are anymore. I feel... Okay, yeah, so I feel like... I mean, Pixar have made many, like, incredible... Oh, Incredibles 2! Incredibles 2!
Incredible
Sorry. They've made, like, some really good stuff. And, like... It's a difficult task for John. It's a difficult task for you, John, to get Pixar. No, it's a difficult task for Pixar to get, like, consistently good films, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that... I mean, did you watch Onward earlier this year?
No.
Right, so Onward, I thought Onward was pretty good, but I do think Soul has more of that. I don't know, soul that Pixar has.
It has that, that more.
Up. Oh my God!
That...
Up, Inside Out. We forgot Up and Inside Out, John.
What? Up.
My God.
Up. Oh my God.
Okay, continue. Continue with that thought.
So yeah, Soul has like more, like.
Soul.
More a magical feeling to it, like you feel like it's like La La Land, but combined with like existential crisis, but then mixed up with like some with Disney Pixar films, but then it's so good. Like
that's the name of the film. It's La La Land with an existential crisis. It's on the poster. Trust me. I know what you mean. Like the film does kind of give you that kind of like Earth perspective of like all the jazz stuff and like feeling that kind of spark that makes you that gives you your kind of like will to be on the planet. But then you've got the actual kind of like existentialism of like what happens after death, and then there is the classic kind of like Pixar like comedy and like gags, like there's the cat, there's like some comedy with the cat.
Wow.
Yeah,
the cat.
Well, they do, like, it feels like the moment that so like obviously we've said spoilers, but like the moment that they go back down to what's the main character called?
Sorry,
what's the main character called?
Oh, his teacher name is Mr. Gardner.
Oh, okay, I'll call him...
So it must be Joe. So Joe.
Yeah, Joe, that's his name. So when they go back into Joe's body, and then he realizes that he has actually gone into the cat and not into his body, I was kind of like, oh no, this is going to be terrible. But I thought it was actually a really good way of like showing number whatever her name is. What's the other one called?
22.
Listen, John, I watched this movie
I watched this movie on Monday.
I watched this movie like the day after Christmas. So like
day after Christmas.
A lot of stuff has happened. I've watched a lot of films since then. All right, so please cut me
Right.
some slack. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that it was a really unique opportunity to show like what the world is like. That doesn't make sense.
Wait, you trying to say how the world is showing to you?
Like it's a unique opportunity to show the world from like a new perspective of something that will kind of just like stop and sniff the flowers, while Joe's like, oh, it doesn't matter, this is what everything's like, just come on. And then like number 22 is like actually stopping and having like moments of like, oh my god, incredible, wow.
Yeah, and my favorite moments were like when they were playing the jazz music, like
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you
like
really felt that, I think.
I felt that as
Yeah.
well. Like when he was playing the piano, like that just got you. It's just like that same emotion when I was watching La La Land.
Yeah.
That emotion where it's just like you got the opening at the start, like there's traffic noise, the camera's just making
yeah.
you follow you down.
Yeah.
You hear different music, and then you hear the girls singing the first song, Another Day of Sun, and then it's just like, oh, everyone's just getting out their cars, and then it's just like, on these hills I'm reaching for the heights.
That is like, we've expressed this before, but La La Land is one of the greatest films ever made for me. I love it so much.
It is my top 5 of my top 5 best films.
Oh, definitely.
I think we need to do a comedy track on that because.
Oh yeah, I think I'd put La La Land in my top 3. I think it's my 3rd favorite film of all time.
Yeah, of course, in my top 3 as well.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I could tell you my top 4, but I couldn't tell you what my 5th favorite film is, which is very random because like top 4, like top 5 sounds much better than top 4, but I couldn't tell you what's.
My top 4, no, top 5 is quite simple, to be honest. Like, you've got Memento, you've got I don't know, but like Back to the Future,
yes,
Drive, La La Land, and Schindler's List.
Yeah, well, we draw similarities there. My favourite is Back to the Future, and then Schindler's List, and then La La Land, and then Into the Spider-Verse, and then I couldn't tell you. Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what my 5th favourite film of all time is.
Right. So you gotta find it then.
There are so many incredible films out there that I love to bits, and I just can't articulate which film kind of comes close enough.
It's hard to find, the film that that suits you, like that. The film that you watch. Well,
yeah.
Films are very hard to rate to because people have different opinions on it. Like they have I don't like this bit, or they don't like that. But then it's just about like the facts about the film. The facts of how it was made.
Like there's so much deeper that people find. Like everyone gets a different experience from every different film, and like even like a film that isn't perfect. Like there are so many films that like are flawed to bits. And
of course.
But I like the more they trigger such a. There's been a really good video essay on Wonder Woman 1984 recently from HiTop Films, he talked about how logic and plot kind of doesn't matter all the time because of the emotions that films give you. Like, and I get that. Like, I love Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, and most people don't, and I get that because they're not what everyone wants, but for me they give me a kind of emotion. I connect with them in a way that
so a lot of people criticize on logic and plot about the films, but it's just not. It is about the emotion of the film, like what the film is showing you, like at the end of La La Land, spoilers. When Sebastian was playing the piano.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, films like that, when they build these things that, really like... I get it. I also dictate films on logic and plot, and that does factor into it. But then there is, that, emotion that films can give you that really, is unparalleled. Like Lord of the Rings... I can't think of film like a film series that gives me more like emotion than Lord of the Rings does, or
yeah,
like
it's
Star Wars, the
so
original trilogy.
good.
Like, dude, like some of those things. And I think if we take this back to Soul, Soul has that. There is this incredible moment at the end where Joe sits at his piano and he just plays it,
Ah, that
and
was such.
and
That
he
was like I don't know. It was like a very different emotion.
and you
You know, like
see these
but when you're watching,
moments.
it's like that exact emotion when you're watching La at the
Yeah,
end of it. You
it
know, like
is. It
when
really
do you see
is.
the alternate universe and then Joe, and then
Yes.
Soul, Joe's playing the
He
piano, and it's
see
just like
he
that.
sees these
And then,
moments from his life, like simple things like him feeling the sea like hit his feet on the beach, or like him seeing like fireworks from in New York, and him playing the piano for his dad, and it was so emotional. That was like a really powerful moment for me.
yeah,
And
that very powerful moment.
I have
Yeah.
to say though, from there, I wasn't a giant fan of the ending. Like, Pixar have like so many emotional conclusions, like the Toy Story films, Inside Out, like, I could go on all day, like Wall-E, Coco. I could go on all day about like the really, really emotional finales that Pixar films can have. I just didn't feel like Soul had that. I felt like that scene where he plays the piano was incredible and emotional, and like you said, it was like La La Land. It was something beautiful and profound, and I was like, this is going to be great. But I just felt like the ending wasn't quite as emotional as it could have been for me.
Well, I thought the emotion was good. I thought it was saying not like 22's journey,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't know what was 22's spark.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just quite interesting that. But I really like the ending because it made us. It made me realize like that you gotta be like live in the moment like every single second. Like you gotta like praise everything you've got around you. You like you
Yeah,
got the
it's
trees,
like
you got the air, you got everything like your family, you got stuff that you got and friends. Well,
it's like here in England, literally on the I think it was January 2nd, there was snow for us in Manchester, and we never get snow around Christmas time.
oh
And
yeah,
for me, like, I
wait.
went out in the morning, it was like 7 a.m. And at the moment I saw the snow, I got dressed and I went outside, and it was just like this incredible moment where I was just like, oh my god, 2020 was terrible, but I feel this kind of like hope, like
Oh,
filling me
bro,
up.
I did the same. I
Right,
did the same, bro.
exactly.
Like, I stopped everything what I was doing, like, in my bedroom, and I looked outside, and it was snow. Oh,
It's like those simple moments that just made me think like, oh shit, we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be good. Like,
yeah, like, the snow just gave us, like, hope, and,
yeah, man.
yeah. It just reminded me, like, Blade Order 2049, where Officer K, was sitting down, and
Yeah,
just,
right, exactly. He just rests. That's brilliant. Hey, you know what? Blade Runner 2049. What a film as well.
oh, that needs to be in my top 5. God,
Yeah, no, that might be my fifth favorite film of all time.
oh, man. Because, like, Blade on it, like, how well the cinematography is, like,
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Like, those films are just.
I need to watch that again. Like,
Oh, I've only seen 2049 once. I need to watch it again,
yeah,
definitely.
I've seen it once.
Yeah.
I
What
feel
the
like
hell?
I haven't, deserved to, like, properly criticize it because of how, like, how good it is. Like, like, you only watched it once and then
Yeah.
you haven't looked back on it, like, how, and why it's so good. So,
Yeah, right. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, with Soul, like, it was all about that. The core of the film was all about like experiencing those little moments and appreciating like these like aspects of life that do you remember when the first trailer for Soul came out, and
of course,
it didn't look like any Pixar film like that had ever like ever come out before, because it looked like, you know, like an adult film that would tackle these like large like issues that were much larger than like the average Pixar film, and like, you know, would take like the concept of Coco, for example, to a more mature and kind of existential place. And I thought that, you know, I thought for the most part it nailed that. Some of the concepts that it threw, like, okay, what do you think about the way that they portrayed the afterlife in this film?
Yeah, like it's a very deep film.
Yeah.
Too
What do you think about the way that they portrayed the afterlife in this film?
scary.
Yeah. Right?
Like very scary. Like every time they were introducing the Great Beyond, that this horrible, like very scary music, I was like, oh.
Yeah, right? It was. Yeah. And I think, you know, there was a stroke of genius that the film never showed you what was beyond that light. Like,
yeah, that's quite good, to be honest. Like, you got like different religion, different like things, and you don't want stuff like Disney to have that. But instead, they have something called the Great Beyond.
Yeah, so. And it was just like this void. Like, it was, as you say, it was pretty terrifying, because it's like there still isn't any like proper kind of this is what happens. It was just like, shit, this is like you die, and that could actually be it. Like, you could just like go beyond this thing, and then like that might be it for you. And that is, I mean, that's something that many people are scared about, which is why, I don't know, death is kind of that big you know, hurdle in life.
Yeah. Jeez.
This episode has been much heavier.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah.
I don't know what if this is your first episode of the podcast. Welcome. I don't know what you were expecting, but this is so much like deeper than what we have ever done before.
Deeper. That's what she said.
Thanks, John. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
But we do bring it back with some of John's incredible juvenile humor.
Yeah. Man. Oh, and then the film is quite deep, is what I just said like 5 seconds ago. Just like it just gives you on this journey with Joe Gardner, and then 22. Yeah, it's like it's quite funny to see how like different like historical figures. You got Abraham Lincoln, you got Einstein.
Yeah.
On it. And then there was a like really funny scene. No, there was like one funny bit about Mary Anime. I forgot her name.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, and then she was like, "Let me eat cake." She was in the bakery with her head is still there.
Yeah,
it was quite funny. And then what I didn't know is that the Knicks, they were a basketball team, and they were terrible at winning. So, but the funny thing is, like 22 stopped them winning. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I like it when they kind of played with history in that kind of little way. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, okay, so this film, the main two actors are Jamie Foxx, and do you know who plays 22?
I forgot her name.
What's she called? I want to say it's Tina Fey, but
it is Tina Fey.
Yeah, I thought it was Tina Fey. Let me have a look. It was. Wow. That's so weird. When you Google Soulcast, Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey are second and third. The first billed actor is Daveed Diggs. Like, he has like 3 lines in the film. Hey, I guess that's what you get for being in Hamilton. But yeah, what did you think of those 2 main actors?
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, I think they have like a really nice like kind of chemistry with each other.
Yeah, and Jamie Foxx, you know, like you see Jamie Foxx in the very high octane films, like very action films.
Yeah.
But then you see him like a very calm character.
Yeah, like a down to earth kind of character. Well, I've only ever seen him. I might be wrong here, but I've only ever seen him in in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I can't think of anything else that I've seen him in. He was in, last year's Project Power, but I didn't watch that. Have you seen him in anything else?
From
Have you?
Far?
Yeah. What have you seen him in other than Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, Baby Driver.
Oh my god! Of course. I hate myself now.
You're not the one who forgets stuff today.
Oh no!
And then he was in.
Of course, he was in Baby Driver. What the hell am I talking about? Oh mate.
Are you dumb?
Yeah, I think I am.
And he was in that Project Power.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I didn't watch that because it wasn't supposed to be that good.
Yeah.
No, but I thought they were good together. Like, I was so worried because like that first trailer was so good until that bit where like he was actually in the like Great Beyond talking to 22.
Before.
What?
The Great Before.
Oh, the Great Before. Yeah. He was in the Great Before, should I say, talking to 22, and I was really scared because it looked kind of like too Pixar-y, too kind of like childish for me, and that wasn't what I kind of wanted from that film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about Soul?
About Soul?
Yeah.
So the thing about I Love Soul is just the music, like.
Oh yeah, there was some good music in there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna listen to that song where Joe was playing that. So I'm gonna be listening to that.
Is that on the song? Is that on the soundtrack?
Maybe.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. I thought the music was also great. Again, it created this kind of like awesome climax with whatchamacallit, with Joe playing the piano at the end, which was absolutely amazing.
Yes. Like,
yes.
The chemistry between the two actors are great.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's all I have to say about Soul.
So, what do we rate Soul?
What are you giving it?
A 9 or a 10?
Right, okay. I'm gonna go 8 or 9. I think probably 8, only because I was so invested in the climax where he plays the piano, and I was so it was so gut-wrenching and heartbreaking, and I was like, this is so powerful, and I just didn't feel like the actual ending hit that mark for me as well. That was the one thing that I was kind of like, that wasn't as good, you know?
Yes.
Other than that, bloody banging. I thought it was great. That was definitely, obviously we did our ranking of the films of last year before we watched Soul, but that would have definitely made my list of top 10. Wait, let me have a look. I've still got the list written down, and I put Soul on it. Oh no, never mind. Soul came in at number 16. Yeah, I think I did a bit of jigging because I watched some other films after that, which got into the top 10. So. Yeah, maybe next year we'll do the top 10 a bit later so I have time to watch everything. But yeah, I thought it was great. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. You going 10 out of 10? 9 out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Cool.
Right, that is it for Soul.
That is indeed it. Let's talk some weekly viewing. I've watched a lot this week, so
I've watched a lot as well.
All right. So do you want to kick it off?
Well, what about you?
Okay. Okay. So I'll kick it off with the first film. Well, not the first film. I don't know how. Just one of the films I watched this week. This is kind of like thinking of La La Land. Actually, I watched Casablanca.
Casablanca?
Yeah, the classic 1942 film, I think, which is about immigrants trying to get to America during the war, and then being kind of chased by the Nazis, and there's a kind of a love story in kind of intertwined through that, and I mean, for such an old film and such one of the big like classics, I thought it was great. Like, okay, so it was on BBC Two over the holidays, so you can watch it on BBC iPlayer if you want. For anyone in the UK, I don't know where else it's available, but I definitely recommend it because it's like, it's just like, it's so powerful in its kind of like messaging and the way that like it can, like, I don't even know how to describe how like iconic it is. Like, there are so many like famous quotes that have, like, I heard it and I was like, oh, I know that quote, because like it really, like, I mean, like, like a load of people, like, I watched the ending of Casablanca in film studies last year. It's like, even just knowing the ending, like, it was still like really powerful. Like, it presented like one of those classic tales of like love coming through like wartime. But unlike so many like old kind of like classic films, it wasn't at all predictable or like cheesy. It was very subtle and profound, and it managed to be unexpected, and it didn't exactly have the happiest of endings for a lot of the characters, which I really, really appreciated. And it was just a good time. I really enjoyed it.
Time. Oh.
I definitely recommend it. I think it's a definite must watch for any cinephiles out there. And it's a classic.
Right, I'll be watching tonight.
Tonight?
Yes.
As in like Tenet, but tonight?
Tenant. I need to watch that because subtitles.
So is it like tonight as in this evening?
Tonight.
Tonight is in this evening?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Tell me about what?
About tonight. Oh, did you say that you watched a film called Tonight, or you're going to watch Casablanca tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid. Okay. Alright. Tell me what you've watched. I'm so sorry.
What? Okay.
I'm so very sorry.
I watched a film called No Country for Old Men.
Oh, yes. I've seen that one.
It's a great film. It's so good. I can hear my voice in real life for some reason.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
That's probably because I've got the audio turned up, so the recording will recognize you. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, bitch.
Oh, okay. So I was watching No Country for Old Men for my film studies, but strangely, the teacher doesn't want to watch it in film studies because we want to move on the silent films. Then we watched other silent films. But anyway,
you're doing silent film.
What?
You're doing silent film now instead.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's weird. We're doing silent film in film studies too.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, we're doing Buster Keaton.
Yeah, we're doing Buster Keaton.
Wow. That's weird. I guess maybe...
Like, we're supposed to talk about No Country for Old Men, but then instead, I had to watch it in my home, obviously, in my home, and we had to, discuss this about, like, the differences between this film and that film. And yeah, it's. But I don't know why, but someone just came in the room and dropped shoes. And then
it's obviously the shoe man, the man who comes with the shoes at night.
It's here.
It's not. It's really not night. It's the morning.
So with this, so I had to do a homework on that. But anyway, apart from all the work, I thought No Country for Old Men was like a really good film to watch. I don't know why Miss said that. She said our teacher. Sorry, forget the name of the teacher. She said that she thought the film was uncomfortable to watch. So.
Oh really?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So then, let's forget all about that. So the film, I this is like the nightmare version of old Western films.
Mhm.
The film focuses on two characters, but it focuses on the villain more than the protagonist. So you've got this villain. I don't want to. Shall I spoil it? I don't know. I'm not going to spoil the name of the villain because you're going to find out later in the film. But there was like really good cameo in the film that I thought it was unexpected, but it was great.
Wait, what?
So, but
What?
Josh
What?
Brolin played a really good role.
Wait, what? Wait! What cameo? Who was the cameo?
Um, did I say cameo?
Yeah, you said cameo, and I'm like, what? Who cameoed in the film? Excuse me?
Okay. Spoilers. Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson? Wait, what? I don't remember Woody Harrelson being in it.
He's in it.
Is it? Oh yeah! Oh my god!
As Orson.
Yeah, as Orson Welles. Oh my god! How have I watched this? I also studied this film, and I haven't. What? What? That's okay. Yeah, sorry. Keep on going.
Okay,
My
so
God.
then, but like Josh Brolin and I forgot the name of the actor who played as the villain.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah. So the film it just shows us like the psychotic nature of the villain. Like there's like one scene that I really liked that showed off like the intensity. Like so for example in the early in the film. The villain meets up like the old man at the petrol station or the gas station, if you call it in America, and they had this conversation. Then you feel like the intensity because if you watch it like without sound, you're like, oh, this is like a normal dialogue thing that you watch. But then as you watch it with sound, there's like no music in the background. Like it's just empty and it's just like it's calm, but you think there's something uncomfortable going on here, and then like the tone of the villain is just like really creepy, and then the old man is like really innocent. He's just like really scared of what's going to happen with this man. But then, and the theme of this film I really liked is chance. Like, the villain just thinks that he uses his like he's like the fate. Like he's the master of his fate doing these things, and I just really love Josh Brolin's character, like what he played as. Like in any other films, he the thing is with Josh Brolin, he has not been in bad films. Like if you think about it.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen him in a bad film.
Yeah, so
he's been in some good stuff.
And Tommy Lee Jones, he was great in this. Like he reminded me of like the old Western films heroes type. You know,
that's kind of the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point of it. So, and then I just love the ending. Like a lot of people said the ending was, oh, that's it. That's like a really poor ending. But no, if you look into the deeper meaning of this ending, it is like really powerful as well. Like, what I thought about is like the old life of the Western and how it worked for him, but then like for No Country for Old Men, it's like it's messed up and the world is changing, and the film I really found scary was like there was no music like the entire time. Like,
yeah, right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's just like a very different film to watch, and I enjoyed it. Like the intensity, like it was like a cat and mouse chase. Like the man trying to find the money, but then it goes all wrong, and And I love the cinematography. Cinematography was by Roger
Roger
Deakins.
Deakins, yes, it was.
Yeah,
My guy.
the guy who did Blade Runner 1917,
1970, yeah.
Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, and did those films. And yeah, and the fun fact about this is that scientists had to study which psychotic villain was suitable. So they watched 400 films, but that No Country for Old Men had its villain, and they said that's like the villain is so the most psychotic. So yeah,
Wow, yeah.
the acting overall is amazing. Coen Brothers, I did not know it was by Coen Brothers because I watched their films this year. Like I watched a film called Burn After Reading.
Oh yeah.
That's a great film. It's got George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and other great casts as well.
Yeah, I have heard of that one.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
And No Country for Old Men is on Netflix as well.
Oh, nice.
And yeah,
I said, oh, nice.
yeah, and I would give this a film a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with you there. Couldn't think of anything else wrong with it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't know what was uncomfortable about this, but unless they were talking about the action, I don't know. But yeah, if you're into that, watch it on Netflix. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Right, Tom, what have you been watching this week?
What have I been watching this week? It's a bloody good question. Let me check my record. What do I want to talk about next? I'm going to talk about Pieces of a Woman. Now this,
What?
Pieces of a Woman.
Pieces of a Woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Now this film is the first film. So it came out on the 7th of January, so on Thursday, and is the first film that I have watched of 2021. It is brutal. It is such a dark and bleak and grim film, and it just made me so sad. So the film, it is, so first of all, the film is, the first half an hour of the film is a woman giving birth, and when I say that, it is long takes without barely any cutting, with, like, you see the baby coming out, like, it is incredibly, like, painstaking detail.
Wait, in long shots?
Yes, yeah, right?
Oh, God.
I was
Right.
very, very traumatized, and I never want to see childbirth
yeah,
ever.
I normally don't watch those type of videos, like when when women are giving birth. Like, that is
right?
traumatizing.
I had literally just seen that this film had been given 5 stars by a critic that I like, so I was like, okay, I'll watch it. Big mistake.
I'm not sure about people like saying, "Oh yes, watching women giving birth." I'm like, no, it's like Alien but worse.
It is. It's very, very scary, and I do not have the stomach for it. People who do, and the people who actually give birth, oh my god, like, amazing. That's brilliant. Not for me.
Women.
So, but and so this is like the whole like setup. The first half an hour, like it presents
half an hour.
The first half an hour is childbirth. Yes, 30
what
minutes.
The heck?
Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous.
You have to watch 30 minutes. But to watch a woman getting birth, it traumatizes you.
In a 2-hour, 6-minute film, about a quarter of the film was just childbirth. It was redonkulous. So I watched it and I was enjoying it. You know, like I thought that at the very least the filmmaking was good. And after this, it then looks into the aftermath. What
the heck?
The aftermath of this, and I thought that was really interesting. I thought the way that they handled the pressure onto the characters, particularly the mother of the child, and and this kind of spins out into like this kind of family drama situation, and it's difficult to kind of tell you much about it without spoiling it. So all I will say is that the actors did really good. So the main two actors, the mother is played by Vanessa Kirby, who you will know from Mission Impossible, and the father is Shia LaBeouf, who you will know from Transformers, Indiana Jones, more recently Honey Boy and the Peanut Butter Falcon. He's a pretty good actor. Put aside some of the stuff that has come out about him recently, and I thought they both did excellent jobs. But the thing that made this film so difficult is how bleak it was. There was no light. There were no like jokes. Nothing that really got me more interested in it, and there wasn't any kind of glimmer of hope until the very end, when there was like a bit of like happy stuff, which was a good place to end on. But it was just a film that just left me feeling so empty inside, and I know that might have been an intentional thing, and if so, well done, it did a great job, but it just didn't hit, it just didn't meet the mark for me. I would give it an 8 out of 10, and I think it is a really good film. I think I'd recommend it to people only if you want to see like a depressing film with 30 minutes of childbirth. But if not, I don't. If not, I totally get that. It was just incredibly difficult to watch, but I did enjoy it. So yeah, I would say that one's good for depending on the kind of person you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's a. Yeah, I looked at on Netflix for Shia LaBeouf. I was like, oh, the guy from Transformers, and yeah, when you said about Shia, right.
I tell you what, he's done some really good stuff though. Since Transformers, like some of his work, I think has been really good.
Yeah, of course. So another film I watched is called Crash.
Crash. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Just Crash. And you'll be very surprised about the cast. So the cast of Crash, I don't know why. So you've got Don Cheadle, Thandie Newton, Matt Dillon, Jennifer Esposito, Terrence Howard, Ryan Phillippe, Ludacris, Brendan Fraser, William Feature, I don't know how to say that. Lawrence Tate, Loretta Devine, and Sean. Yeah, you don't know. Oh, and it's got the guy from Ant-Man. I forgot his name.
The villain, perhaps.
Not the villain. Wait, he's not in this one. He's not in this cast. What? He was in the film.
Is it Luis from Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Pena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck? He's not in this cast. That is just ridiculous. Right. I'm annoyed about that. Anyway. So Crash is a film. I don't know. It is a film. So it's about. I don't know how to explain it. Like, usually films are very easy to explain, apart from Tenet or anything like that. But Crash is about a moment, something that's going to happen, like about all these characters, and these characters all connect at one point of the film, like something that's going to connect all together. And there's like moments of the film that happens, and there's like there's some funny moments, but then there's like dark moments, and it's just like it talks there's like racial discrimination, and there's like other things that's happening as well. And this sets in LA, and it goes through like all the people that are living and in different places, and it talks about like really dark things as well. But there's like a bit of what you said, like about like this film's like dark, and then it's there's hope as well. So yeah, it does talk about the the dark subjects, but then there's like some funny moments that I liked. And fun fact, I watched this on my 15th birthday, and my dad showed it to me, and I was happy. And yeah, and and the film, I would give it a 9 or 10, a 9 out of 10, because it showed us like really powerful stuff in the film, and we went on this journey with these different characters, and it was not too complicated, which I really liked. It was simple, like with these complicated stories about these too many characters, but they did it really well, and I give them credit to that. And there's like really shocking moments in the film, so I would give it a watch.
Cool.
I recommend it so much.
Cool. I think I've got more things that I could talk about, but I think I'm gonna leave my weekly viewing there. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
That'll be all.
Yeah.
I think we discussed on our weekly viewing. And tell us what you've been watching in the comments or email.
Yeah, please do. Tell us all that stuff. But yeah, that is it for this week. And next week we're going to be talking about WandaVision, season 1. The first 2 episodes are coming out on Friday, so we'll talk about that.
In the weekly viewing segment?
No, that's just going to be our main thing.
Oh, right.
That'll be our main segment, and then...
But this is what we did for Mandalorian, so...
Yeah, so we're going to... the first episode, well, in this case, the first 2 episodes, we're going to talk about them in with its own main segment, and then every week we'll have, like, a separate segment, like we did the Mandalorian. And yeah, I'm quite excited for that. And then the week after we will, because Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out in the UK on the 13th, so this Wednesday. So the week after we will be doing Wonder Woman 84. Finally, hopefully, I really damn hope so. I've been wanting to talk about this for so long. But yeah, that is it for us. Anything you want to like comment on or tell us about, like anything you've been watching or your opinions on Soul or anything like that, comment it down below or email us at ousetimefilmpod@gmail.com or DM us on Instagram or Twitter or just tweet at us. Whatever you want to do, that is all great. As always, email is ousetimefilmpod@gmail.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are both at ousetimefilmpod. I am at Tom the Boardman on Twitter.
I am Comedy John 42 on Twitter.
And yeah, I hope everyone's keeping safe. All that stuff.
All that stuff and all that jazz.
All that jazz, as we love to say.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say.
No?
No?
No, nothing to say. Like a big speech, but no.
God damn it, John. I told you, you gotta make a speech. You don't have to make a speech, don't worry.
Speech. No.
Well, yeah, so I hope you all had fun. That's what we...
I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast.
Yeah, and yeah, so, hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to get back onto the emails, but, as always, we'd love to take some emails and all that, but...
and be safe.
Yes, please be safe.
A lot worse, I think. No.
It's moving. Time is definitely moving out there.
Yeah, I mean, recently what happened, it's been chaotic, but...
Yeah, it's very chaotic. No need to cover that on here, but yeah.
Yeah, no, cover that, because this is 2021.
2021 is a good time.
This is a good time. It's a good time, You gotta be chill. You gotta listen to Hans Zimmer, get coffee or Diet Coke, or just sit down and just enjoy what you got in your special.
Definitely, I agree. But yeah, so without why you couldn't see that, but I just did like a really weird like hand gesture. I was like, yeah, jazz hands.
Yeah, yeah, same as well.
But yeah, that is it for us this week. So take what you're given.
Give nothing back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.